Hi, sixth grade, Ms. Garcia here to do a little quick review on evaluating expressions with one or two variables. So these are some of the problems we went over today during our math meet, and I'm just going to review them so that we can, so that you have something to come back to and revisit in case you need it. So in the first section here, it says to evaluate, and we know that that's the fancy word in math for solve. To evaluate the following expression. Remember, an expression is a math sentence without an equal sign. And they're telling us that x equals 6. So for every problem 1 through 8, I'm going to plug 6 wherever I see x. And then I'm going to follow the normal order of operations to solve the problem. So for example, in number 1 here, remember that the number next to the variable means to multiply. So this means 7 times x. If x is 6, that means 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42. That one was nice and simple. The next one here, we have x divided by 3. Since x is 6, that would be 6 divided by 3, which equals 2. For number 3, we have 29 minus x. X is 6, so that would be 29 minus 6. 29 minus 6 is 23. For number 4, we have 36 divided by x. So that means 36 divided by 6, which we know equals 6. Then we have 9x, which means 9 times x. So 9 times 6, which is 54. We have x plus 41. X is 6, so that's 6 plus 41. When we add those two together, we get 47. Number 7, this one's got 2 steps. So it says 3 times x and then plus x. So that would be 3 times 6 plus 6. Order of operation tells us to do multiplication first. So 3 times 6 is 18. When we add another 6, we get 24. Then we have 2x minus 2. Again, 2 steps. 2 times x, or 2 times 6 minus 2. 2 times 6 is 12. Then I subtract 2, which equals 10. Okay. In this next section here, it says to evaluate. Again, evaluate tells us to solve the following expression when b equals 2 and c equals 7. So you want to make sure, now we have two variables, you want to make sure that you keep them in the right spot so that you solve the expression properly. So here we have 5 plus b plus c. B is 2, c is 7, so I'm going to plug those in. 5 plus 2 plus 7. We add them together. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus another 7 is 14. Then we have 16 plus b minus c. So plus b is 2, minus c, c is 7. Again, order of operations, add and subtract from left to right. So we're going to do the addition first. 16 minus 2 is 14. Then I drop down my minus 7. 14 minus 7 is 7. Okay. C minus b plus 1. So c is 7. So 7 is going to come first this time. 7 minus 2, because 2 is b, plus 1. Again, order of operations from left to right for adding and subtracting. So I'm going to subtract first this time. 7 minus 2 is 5. Then I add one more to get 6. All right. 9 times b minus c. Again, we're just going to plug and chug. Remember that phrase, plug and chug. You plug in what you know and just solve the rest of the problem. So b equals 2, so that's 9 times 2, and then c is 7, so minus 7. Order of operations tells me to multiply first, so I'm going to multiply. 9 times 2 is 18. Then I subtract 7, and I get 11 as my answer. Alrighty, and I'm going through these kind of quickly, but I think you guys are catching on pretty well. So 7 times c minus b. So 7 times c is another 7, and then b is 2, so minus 2. Again, multiply before we subtract. 7 times 7 is 49. Then I have minus 2 left. 49 minus 2 is 47. 4 times c plus b, that's 4 times 7 plus 2. 4 times 7 first, which is 28. Then we add 2 more to get 30. Okay. 12 times b plus c. 12 times b is 2, so that's 12 times 2, plus c, which is 7. So 12 times 2 is 24. Then we add 7 more. So 24 plus 7 is 31. All right. This one here, 22 plus b minus c. You also want to make sure to keep your operations correct and you don't accidentally add when you're supposed to subtract. So 22 plus 2 minus c, which is 7. So we're going to add and subtract from left to right. 22 plus 2 is 24. And then I'm going to subtract 7. 24 minus 7 is 17. All right, last section here. Evaluate, which means to solve. Evaluate the following expressions for y equals 8 and d equals 4. So again, two variables, some operations, just follow, plug and chug where you can. So this is 6 times y divided by d. So let's plug everything in first. 6 times y, which is 8, and then divided by d, which is 4. So then we go one step at a time. We're going to do 6 times 8 at the top first. That's 48. And then we can solve 48 divided by 4, which is 12. Okay. 20 divided by d plus y. Let's plug in what we know. 20 divided by d is 4, and then y is 8, so we're going to add 8. Solving the division first, 20 divided by 4 is 5. Then we add 8, that gets us 13. Y times d divided by 2, still doable. Y is 8, d is 4, so it's 8 times 4, and then divided by 2. 8 times 4 is 32. Then I can divide by 2. 32 divided by 2 is 16. And our last one, y divided by d plus 6. Y is 8, d is 4, and then we add 6. So we have to divide before we can add. 8 divided by 4 is 2. And then we add 6 to that, and we get the answer 8. So remember, plug and chug is your friend here. Do your best to plug in what you know and solve, of course, using order of operations. All right, thanks, guys.